how to boost intelligence and creativity. The smarter you are, all else equal, the easier you'll be able to slide through life and enjoy yourself. The more creative you are, all else equal, the easier you'll be able to solve problems, come up with better solutions, and become more flexible. The question is, how can you do this? Can you really become more intelligent? Maybe, maybe not. But what you can do is increase where you are within your own potential. For example, humans can run at certain top speeds. Sure, records for the 100-meter and the mile are breakable, but not by that much. But for most individuals, how fast we can run individually is probably nowhere near as fast as we could run if we trained running. Similarly, while there may be an upper limit for our own potential intelligence, most of us are nowhere near that potential. So forget about ideas that say you can't increase your IQ. Instead, think in terms of getting closer and closer to your upper personal potential for what your IQ could be. Creativity is related, and while you might never be as creative as Da Vinci or Einstein, you can certainly get closer and closer to your own personal upper potential of creativity. That being said, let's get started. 5 exercises to boost intelligence and creativity. 1. Image streaming. I've talked about this before, and I'll probably talk about this again. This simple exercise does wonders for your brain. It increases articulation, strengthens your imagination, and creates connections between the 2 hemispheres of your brain. And all you do is close your eyes and describe what you see. If you don't see anything, describe what you think you see. Speak as quickly as you can. Speak as accurately as you can. Imagine there is somebody sitting next to you and they're trying to draw a picture based only on the words that you are saying. Let the images in your mind's eye change on their own. Don't try to force them. Exercise 2. ABC list. This comes from a memory expert from Germany, Vera Birkenbiel. This is definitely a slow burn, but if you stick with this exercise, it will give you enormous mental power. Start off with a spreadsheet like Excel. In the first column, put the letters of the alphabet. In each subsequent column, in the heading, put a general noun object: city, food, instrument, sports team, etc. Then come up with a noun in each category to match with each letter of the alphabet. For example, A can be apple for food, Amsterdam for the city, accordion for the musical instrument, and Angels, the baseball team, for the sports team. Take your time and do this for all the letters in each noun category. This is just the setup. Once you've got a few columns filled out, you can do some brainstorming. Choose a letter at random. Since we've covered A, we'll use the letter A in our example. Amsterdam, apple, accordion, Angels. Now, based only on these 4 words, start brainstorming. Start off by repeating these 4 words and just let your imagination run wild, going in whatever direction it wants to go in. The first few times you try this, it will seem very difficult and clunky, but keep at this. Keep doing this until you get to a tipping point where your imagination just goes crazy. This will significantly enhance your creativity skills. Exercise 3. Random naming. This one is very, very difficult. This requires you to be somewhere where there's a lot of different objects around you. Outside in the city where it's crowded is perfect. First, look at random objects and say them out loud. But when you say the object out loud, give it a different name than what it really is. For example, look at a car and call it a shoe. Then look at a bird and call it a banana. Then look at a phone and call it an umbrella. But here's the hard part. The sequence of objects, in this case, car, bird, phone, all have to be from different categories. For example, if you went from car to a bicycle, that would be cheating because they're both vehicles. And the fake names that you give them also have to be from different categories. For example, if you looked at a car and called it a banana, and then looked at a shoe and called it a cheeseburger, that would be cheating because banana and cheeseburger are both foods. This is very hard to do for more than a minute, which is why it gives your brain such a good workout. Exercise 4, study a foreign language. There are plenty of free apps that you can use to study a foreign language. You don't have to worry about being fluent or anything. Just find a free app like Duolingo or Lingodeer and spend 10 to 15 minutes per day learning your new language. Plenty of studies have shown that studying a second language can keep away neurological disorders like Alzheimer's and maintain your cognitive integrity. Exercise 5. Visualize knight moves. This is a trick from chess players. The knight can only move in a kind of an L shape, up 2, over 1, over 2, up or down 1. The chessboard is laid out in an 8x8 grid. The columns are A through H. The rows are 1 through 8. So the bottom left lower square on the white side is A1. And from A1, where can the knight move? Up 2 and over 1 is from A1 to B3. Over 2 and up 1 is from A1 to C2. So to do this exercise, visualize a chessboard and call out all the knight moves from all the squares on the chessboard. At first, you'll have to actually find a chessboard and look at it while doing the exercise. But the goal is to get to the point where you can visualize everything in your mind while calling out all the chess moves. This will give your brain a very good workout. Now, these exercises are just as difficult to do as physical exercising. They are just as boring to do as physical exercises. But just imagine what would happen to your brain if you did these exercises every day for the next 6 months. How much better of a thinker would you be? How much more creative would you be? How much better of a conversationalist would you be? How much better of a memory would you have? What kinds of things would you be able to learn? And what could you do with your new superpower learning skills? How many different skills and behaviors and communication strategies would you develop? Yes, these exercises are hard, boring, tedious, and difficult. But should you choose to accept this challenge, the payoff will be enormous. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.